Welcome to the real deal of Lisa, aka Alicia or Alyssa, however you want to say my name. A lot of people like it's Alyssa or Alicia. I'm like, whatever you want to call me. That's the real deal, y'all. I just go by Lisa because that's my nickname. But anyways, y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. If you hear noises, it's just my dog, my mom's dog, whatever. So we have a grown up, first kiss, first fight, first time I smoked weed, drank alcohol. I have a lot. So this video gonna be extra long. I apologize. But y'all, I'm gonna get to know the real me. So sit back, relax, grab some fruit, boom. Okay, so small story I'm gonna add to this part. So in the beginning of this, so my dad, he's in jail, okay, and all that. So growing up, I was raised by a single mom. So shout out to my mom. My dad brought a stroller from Dollar General. Okay, he bought it for me. So a couple minutes later, my dad returns the stroller. According to my mom, she told me that story. I was like, yeah, it was a shitty story. He was a horrible person. But anyways, going to school, first day of school, you know how it is in elementary. Like we go to pre-K, this and that. Hell no, for me, it was like a fucking nightmare. So my mom takes me to school. I'm getting extra double X nervous. I'm like, what the fuck. So we go inside the school. I'm like really nervous. And my mom's like, okay, I love you. And I was like, no, no, or something like that. So I had a teacher named Miss Respucia. I feel bad because I scratched the shit off her, I think, and or something like that. I think I scratched her. I can't remember. I feel bad. I was a bad kid back then. But anyways, it was like 3 or 4 teachers. They was like dragging me, and I was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Now, mind you, you probably like, where the hell you get this cuss from? My mom. That's how I'm cussing from the time I was like younger to now. So I'm like, "Fuck you, bitch!" And I was like scared because I didn't want to leave my mom. At the time, I was like, I don't want to go to school. And, school's supposed to be fun and this and that, and blah blah blah. We'll get to the shitty part of why I don't like school. We'll get to that part. But anyways, so it took me 40 minutes. They calmed me down, going this like back to this room with other kids. I'm just drinking my orange juice, eating my breakfast, just calming down and shit. And my mom had to leave. I didn't want to leave her at the time because again, I don't like school, and then the people or whatever. Fast forward, 2008, y'all. I guess that's what started my like depression slash anger issue slash going crazy and berserk. In 2008, my aunt passed away from diabetes. The exact date was October 28, 2008. I remember I came home from school. I think I got the news in November, second or the third. I got the news, and I remember I came home from school. My mom was like, "Your aunt passed away." So I'm being hysterical. I'm like, my other aunt was in the living room. My brother was in the room. I think my mom was in the living room. So I'm like, I'm screaming and all that. I'm like, I'm being like all weird and necessary. Mind you, in 2008, I think I was like 7, 8, whatever. And then, what was it? A couple months later, I had a puppy. It was like a Shih Tzu. His name was Brown Dog. He passed away. And I still to this day I blame my mom because it was my mom and my cousin. I was already at school, but she told me she dropped them off at some alley and some truck ran my dog over. And that's why I have love for dogs. That's why I'm always overprotective of my mom's puppy. So I had a Shih Tzu. He passed away. I broke my wrist in 2010, y'all. So me and my brother had to go to a funeral. I had a relative. Her name was Aunt Malva. May she rest in peace. So I had to go to a funeral in 2010. I remember I was in the shower, just this and that, and my brother was playing like a ridiculous game. And so, he's like, da 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 da. And I'm like yelling at my brother. His name is Christopher. I'm like, Chris, da 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 da. So he kept showing off the light. Now, mind you, the doorknob was acting weird. The lock was acting weird. This house is whatever. So one last time, I'm like, Chris, he shut off the bathroom light. I slipped. The shower's still going, so I slipped and my wrist, like the bone popped up and I'm crying and shit. And I had to go to the funeral. And I was like, Mom, I think I broke my wrist. And my mom, man, I believe you. So the next day I told my mom, I said, Mom, I think I broke my wrist. She's like, oh my God, why didn't you say anything? And I was like, I did. And so me and my brother wanted me to lie to the doctor. It was like, lie to the doctor, say you tripped over a wire. So I had to lie to the doctor. So I had to tell the truth. I said, oh, I slipped on the tub. And that pissed my mom off because I was lying. I said, my brother told me to lie and whatever. So I had to go to surgery. I'm on purple fall, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Now the funniest part that my mom told me because I was like asleep while they do a surgery on my wrist, my right wrist, okay. They told me that I took a piss. I'm on the operating table while they do my wrist, and they said that I took a piss. I'm like, what the fuck? Shit was crazy though. I still mad that my wrist is like I have a scar. It don't twitch anymore, but I have a scar on my right wrist. It was just horrible. But who cares? But it's healed up though. So now let's get to middle school. Elementary treated me so well. Let's get to middle school. Bullying started for me in 8th grade, but let's get to 7th grade me. So 7th grade me was just fat nerd, had to wear wigs. My mom forced me to get wigs. I had to buy like 2 pairs of shoes. My mom said, "Stun on these hoes." That's how my mom was. So she would buy me shoes. So I'm grateful for having a single mom that would help me. So it was me, mom, my brother. 3 musketeers. But anyways, y'all, yep. I remember I got into a fight in 7th grade. Now, this story pissed me off because what happened was I remember I was in math class and it was this girl. I'm gonna call her A. So I said, I was talking to somebody else. I said, A seemed like a mean. This is what I said that came in my mouth. I said, A seemed like a mean person. So some reason somebody that's friends with A was like, she was talking shit about your hair. I really wasn't. All I said was I wanted to be her friend, but she seems like a mean person. That's what I said. So she didn't believe me. She was like, da 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 da. This was like a couple months that we going back and forth, like talking shit and all that. Now, when it got to the point, because in my school we had ninth period, so when it got to ninth period, that's when this shit lasted like 2 or 3 weeks. We was talking shit and all that. I remember back and forth. I'm saying shit like, "Oh, blah blah blah." She's like, "I'm gonna punch you in the face." I'm like, "You ain't gonna do shit." Blah blah blah. I'm talking shit and all that. Now once fucking class was over, I'm like rushing and I'm like smiling and shit. I get pushed and A, she just I'm punching A, I'm hitting A, and afterwards, one of the teachers and the principal had to pull me back and I'm crying. I'm like, so me and A, we both was in the same office and they said you're suspended for 5 days. My mom was heated. Yo, tell me why when I leave the office, my mom was like, "Where my daughter at? Where's she at?" She's because I guess the school called. My mom was zooming. She was like speeding like a motherfucker. And I mind you, I'm scared as fuck. So it's my first time fighting in 7th grade. So I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And she's like, "Where my daughter at?" This and that. And I was like, right here. And I'm crying and shit. So she picks me up. Mind you, I'm suspended for 5 days. So I go in the car and I'm telling my mom. She's like, "You know what happened?" And I said, "Oh yeah. A was talking shit. She thought I was, blah, 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 blah." And I just summed it up. And my mom's like, "I'm glad you're okay." She's like, "I'm disappointed that you got suspended for 5 days, but I'm glad you're okay." So, that shit happened. I think my aunt was disappointed. My favorite aunt. Y'all know who my favorite aunt is. She was disappointed. But 7th grade was just that year was weird for me. I don't know. Slash 8th grade it was. On top of that, y'all, by the time I hit 8th grade, we're gonna skip ahead. So 8th grade year for me was strange because people was like, so in 4th grade, because I'm gonna talk about my sexuality. In 4th grade, I had a crush on a girl. Her name was Ariana. It was like some brown skin girl. I had a crush on her in 4th grade. I wish I knew her Facebook name, and I had a crush on her. But 8th grade year, it's this person. I'm gonna call her. B. So B said I had a crush on her cousin. Not true, whatever. And at the time, I'm like confusing my sexuality. I'm like, knowing damn well I didn't have a crush on her cousin. I actually had a crush on B. B didn't know I had a crush on her, but she was so fucking pretty. Like I'm just like, mind you, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know and I was so scared to come out the closet, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it to myself. So I was like, she was so, mind you, B was so fucking pretty. But I remember she's like, "You had a crush on my cousin." I said, "B, I do not have a crush on your cousin." So B thought I had a crush on her cousin, which is C. C, I never had a crush on her cousin. The shit was crazy. 8th grade was crazy because that's when the bullying started in 8th grade. Freshman year, freshman year, nerdy girl, it was okay. I was in the band. Call me a band geek. I don't give a fuck. I played the trombone. It was pretty cool and all that. And I feel like I was like, oh my god, I'm cool. I'm just all that, just being weird and silly. It was crazy having the trombone and shit. We had to play like a school night, like a school football night, so it was all right. Sophomore year, it was just I think sophomore year was fun for me, but I got in trouble a lot. I know I cussed out my teacher my sophomore year and junior year. And the reason why my sophomore year I cussed her out is because I guess she wouldn't let me use the bathroom. So I said, "You're a fucking bitch." I remember I said something like that. And of course, they called my mom. My mom was like, "Oh, why are you cussing?" And I didn't give a fuck. Of course, junior year. That's when. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me. 8th grade. I had a first boyfriend. I'm sorry. My first boyfriend was in. I was in 8th grade. He was in 7th grade because I had my first kiss in 8th grade. So it was like my first white boyfriend, and he was. At the time, I thought he was cute. Looking back, I'm like, I'm just weird with my dating history. But yeah, my first boyfriend was in middle school, and we kissed. It was alright. I think that lasted for like probably a couple months, like a month or two, because I didn't take it serious. So that was my first boyfriend. Now, eighth junior year, I was dating this guy. It was like some Asian guy. I'm gonna call him Cheater because he is. So when I first met Cheater, it was in a gym class. I remember at the time I had a ponytail. I was like really fat. I think the heaviest I weighed was 229, so I was chubby. I was like a tomboy, whatever, glasses and all that. And I remember I saw Cheater. I was like, not gonna lie, he was a cute Asian. I was like, okay. Cheater, he was just ugh. And I remember he texted me on Facebook and we was texting and all that. And I took that serious. That relationship in 2018 when I was in junior year, I took it serious because he was older than me. I was 17, he was 18, and yep. And I remember I took it serious. Now, how did I knew he cheated on me? Because that I forgot how long that lasted. I can't even remember how long that lasted. But I do remember somebody came up to me and was like, I think Cheater, that's his name, is cheating on me. I was like, Cheater? That's his nickname. I'm gonna call him Cheater. I was like, you think he's talking to other girls? And she's like, I think so. And I remember I texted him after school. I was like, are you talking to other girls? Like, he literally texted me like on Facebook. Like, oh no, 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 no. Mind you, I'm young and dumb, so I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. And so this story's so much, y'all. But Cheater, he got on my nerves, so I confronted him. I was like, do you even like me? And then I remember his friend made fun of me. He was like, you fat, and his friend did that, make fun of me. Oh, you fat and this and that, and yeah, it pissed me off. And so shit was crazy. Now, May 2019, y'all, this is serious because today is May Mental Health. Check on your friends, y'all. You know somebody going through depression, check on your friends. Twice I tried to unalive myself. I tried to take my own life. True story. So May 2019, I remember I was crying in the bathroom to me and my mom because I was trying to take my own life due to people in high school making fun of me and bullying me, talking shit as usual. I'm just a weak person. I'm just, you know. I did want to drop out of high school, but then I had to finish. So then I finished school. So after school was over, I had to look for jobs. No, before I was looking for jobs, I wanted to like lose weight and all that. That's what I did. 2021, guess who texts me? Cheater texts me, the Asian guy. I'm a Asian guy cheater text me. He said, "Hello, let's do you want to smoke?" I said, "Sure." Cuz I started smoking when I was 16, smoking weed at 16, drinking at 20. I started to vape at 17 and then I smoked cigarettes last year. Tried edibles. I did a lot, y'all. Now I just smoke weed. I had to quit vaping. I think it's been like 5 or 6 months I stopped vaping. So congratulations to me. So Asian Cheater texted me in 2021, said, let's hang out. So we hanging out, this and that. Mind you, I lost my V card in 2020. Okay. Keep that in mind. In 2021, we hanging out, we chilling, we smoking and vibe and listening to music. Now, I'm gone all day. Okay. I left the house at 12:40. I'm gone all day. I didn't get home till like what? Almost 10:30 at night. So Cheater drops me off at my house. And before I take the seatbelt off, he's grabbing my face. We kissing. He's like, we kissing and all that. And then he's like pulling his dick out. So I'm like, it's crazy because I told the story time. But anyways, I'm sucking his dick and all that because mind you, it was in front of my house. So I'm like, sorry y'all, PG. If you don't want to hear this, skip this part. But if you want to hear it, go ahead. So I'm sucking my ex's dick. I'm like, so then he does this. He puts my head down. I was like, what's going on? And it was like cars coming like by my house, like 4 or 5 cars. So I had to wait. Mind you, my mouth is still on his dick. So I'm like, so after the cars like drove past us, I continue on this and that. And then he was trying to fuck me. And at the time, I didn't even shave. I'm gonna keep it real. I was like, I said, and then me being weird, I said, babe. I'm like, what the fuck? He's my ex. I'm calling him babe and shit. I don't know if you heard it, but I didn't even shave. So he drops me off, and then we kiss again. So I go after he drops me off. I go in the the house, and then I started to think about him. I started to play with myself. I'm like, shit was crazy. Now 2022, fast forward to 2022, me and my ex got pulled over by a state trooper. He got a ticket, I got a warning. Because we had weed in the car, so that he got a ticket. The lady gave me a warning. I was like, fuck. Because I never been to jail before. Never have gotten in trouble with. Well, I got in trouble before with the cops, but not with the state troopers. And I was like, fuck, this and that. And shit was crazy, y'all. It was. And I remember I was like, hell no. And then by 2023, that's when I was like crying, going, because I know in December 2020 I started TikTok, and then I took it serious around like 2022. Excuse me, I started social media, so I wanted to keep myself happy, occupied, and entertained. I got tired of being sad and angry all the time because I noticed I have anger issues. I'm always sad and depressed. Obviously, I need to go to a therapist. I should. I'm just being lazy, but I'm gonna go one day. But it was crazy. Oh hell no! I had the wall sit, y'all. I remember I did the wall sit when I was 7 years old, 8 years old. Hell, I was watching HBO with me and my cousin, my brother. I'm watching, and mind you, it was my first time seeing a naked woman. I'm 7 years old watching HBO at night with me, my cousin, and my brother. I had to keep it a secret. My brother was like, "Don't say anything." I said, "I'm not." Oh my god! And then on top of that, I'm 11 years old, going on Teen Chat. I don't know how I knew this app, but I did. So I typed it in on a computer because we had one computer at the time, and I was like on Teen Chat talking to older men, showing off my body parts. And I remember one time I gave a man my mom's number. My mom came in the room. She's like, who the hell is this person? Why you give out my number? Da, 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 da. And who's this man that wants to talk to you and this and that? And mind you, I'm 11 years old, not thinking. So I gave some random man I met on Teen Chat my mom's number. And it was horrible. And my mom said, you can't be on this website ever again. And I got upset. My first phone was a flip phone in sixth grade. I'm texting like random people and all that. I remember shit was crazy. I didn't think I'd be all weird and all that. I got a whooping. I remember I was 12 years old one time. I was at I hate my aunt. I really do. I don't know, people like, you can't, no, fuck that hate shit. Oh, it's just strong word. I hate my aunt. I still do. Anyways, I was either 11 or 12 years old. I was at her house one time, and she was giving me the talk about boys shouldn't be touching you. And I remember one time she had a belt, because last time she would use like a hanger. I remember she used a hanger on me. She would use her hand on me, but most of the time she would use a belt. So one time she had a belt. She just, she's like, you're not gonna let boys touch you and all that. She just, I said, no, mind you, I'm 12 years old. I was like, no, no. And then my mom, I think she was either cutting grass or doing something. So my aunt, she just whipping me and all that. And she gave me that talk about boys shouldn't be touching you. And I said, she's like, do you understand? I said, yes. And she just whipped me with the belt. And then I got up and I was still crying. And still to this day, I have hatred towards my family members. I do. Especially that lady. Fat lady, mean lady, whatever the fuck you want to call her. That's why I have a favorite aunt. She's more calm and chill and respectful. The other one's not. I'm gonna call her, what nickname call her? Mean fat lady, whatever. Mean fat lady was not. She was a good auntie, but now she's just too much. Mind you, she don't respect me. She keeps saying she do. You don't respect me. If you're watching this video, you don't respect me. I'm sorry. You never have and never will. Shit. But yeah. Yeah, I know I got in trouble for dumb reasons, but for her to give me that whooping because that talk, she was giving me the talk about don't let boys touch you. She had no reason to whoop me with a belt. Because this time I didn't even get in trouble when she did that to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm 12 years old and I'm like, I understand boys shouldn't be touching me at that age. And it was just horrifying. It really was. But yeah, that's my life story. Growing up, first kiss, seventh grade fight, confused about my sexuality. I tried to kill myself. Um, Crazy life. Dealing with my ex. Dealing with ex friends. Oh, not to mention, y'all, a couple more things. I had an ex friend. I'm gonna call her Big Nose, Mexican Big Nose. So we last talked slash be friends in 2020. We used to be friends. I thought we was, and I remember one day I wanted to hang out with her in 2020. Oh no, I got stuff to do. If anybody knows me, I don't get mad if you tell the truth. But if you lie to my face saying, "Oh, I can't make it," da 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 da, and then I see a story of you with somebody else, the fuck? Big Nose, didn't Mexican Big Nose? Didn't I give you money and snacks? Even when I gave you snacks, you didn't even say thank you. Because at the time I was trying to lose weight. You, I had a shitty ex friend. I know I was a shitty friend because I didn't text back. I was mean. I know mean. When I say mean, the definition is I will like be disrespectful. Not like sometimes I'll cuss her out and all that. But other than that, I was always a good friend. But that bullshit of you saying, "Oh, da 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 da," I was always a good friend. And that's why I told people you do not have to feel sorry for me for dealing with ex friends, ex boyfriends, fucked up family members. Hell, I'm the black sheep of the family. I don't even give a fuck. I got anger issues, anxiety. Shit's crazy, y'all. I'm telling you right now. Um, it was just insane. That's why I remember after that whole incident of fake friends, I literally just was crying nonstop. I literally was like, I need a new friend, especially with female friends. I just kept begging because I don't believe in God. Y'all know that. I told y'all that. I just had to get on my knees. I'm like, please, please, please. I'm trying to find me a friend. I'm trying to do something, and it was just pissing me the fuck off because I'm jealous. I'm scrolling on social media. Y'all got female friends, this and I was like, fuck. By the time I got to 2021, I was on TikTok scrolling on people's live stream. I went on this person's live stream and it introduced me to this person. We're gonna call her Cambodian. I didn't know she was at the time, but now I do. But when I first met her, I was like, she's older than me. I was like, oh, she probably mean and this and that, but she really a cool person. Because we met in 2021. We didn't start talking. I think we started talking in 2023, I think, or 2024. I'm not sure. She's really a cool person. That's why I said what made me like really like damn, not like fall in love, but like damn, I really like this person. She's Cambodian because I did my studies way back in like the end of 2020 about Cambodia and this and that. And I was like, damn, beautiful woman. And I was blessed to have a friend like that. I told you, I literally said, I don't care if she's black, white, and Asian. Because I remember somebody said, well, you only picked that girl because she's Asian. I didn't even pick her because she's Asian. Number one, I only picked her because she has a good heart. Respects me. Communications. Very smart and intelligent. She helps me, I help her. She gives me advice. Sometimes I give her advice. She calls me short, I call her short and make fun of her big forehead. Yes, she has feelings. I have to respect that because I'm trying to be a good friend. I feel like a shitty friend now, but I'm trying to be a good friend towards her. And I'm hoping that we be friends forever and ever until one of us passes away. Am I scared to death? Hell yeah, I'm scared to pass it. I'm scared to die. Ain't nobody gonna come to my motherfucking funeral except for my mom and my brother. Maybe my cousins. I don't know. I'm scared of dying. I don't know what percent. Bitch, I'm 25 years old, going on 26. I'm scared to die. But anyways, I'm so blessed for her to be my friend. I am. Now, we haven't met like in person, but we do like we talk on social media. So I know she's real. She's not a catfish, so I know she's real. So hopefully in the future, if she's watching this, hopefully I get to see you. Okay? I would love to meet you and your dog. You want to meet my dog? Come on, we could go dog for dog. My nephew and then your niece. So yes, this is the real story of me. I still have more stories, but I don't know if I want to like cram them up. Love y'all so much. See y'all next time.